Hi everyone and welcome to today's YouTube hop for Alexandra Syberia Designs turning 1 celebration. Congratulations to a beautiful team. I'm so happy to be joining along in today's YouTube hop. I've made a different type of card today. It looked like it stands up. However, there's an extra flap that opens up, which you're going to see. So it's almost like a false front opening. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going to be using the Celebrate with Cake die and stamp set. I originally thought I was going to use that foliage, but I'm not going to use that, and it's not part of the September release, but I just wanted to use it as an extra add-on, but I changed my mind last minute. I also used the Dazzling Fireworks cover die, some thin strips cover die as well to work with the Celebration Sentiment hot foil set. I bring that into view later because I realized that I wanted to use it. I didn't actually go in with with an actual vision in my head. I was really kind of winging it. The only thing I wanted to do was to make a magical little kind of flap thing. Again, you'll see at the end. All right, so I thought I was going to use my mini trimmer, but I ended up using the normal regular size trimmer. I have got like a light pink cardstock base. I've run an inch strip of the white cardstock and also an inner layer on the inside, which I ran through the Dazzling Fireworks cover die. With the thin strip, I'm going to then cut to the fold line, the side folding line, 1.5 inches in either side. And I'm going to make sure the cut only goes to the score line. Then I'm going to adhere down the strips on either side. So it's like little tiny panels. And you'll see what I mean here. So now I've got this little extra flap. But to kind of make it all like a third flap, I've used acetate. And the acetate is going to be like the bridge. So first of all, I'm going to put my card base down, and I'm going to adhere that down, so that's going to be the inner part, and the acetate is going to be between the pink flaps, and then I'm going to adhere down the white flaps either side, and that's going to secure that kind of clear bridge element to the card. Just something, it's just a different interactive design. So I just wanted to make it a little bit more interesting for today's hop. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some liquid adhesive. Today's adhesive is going to be my Mono Multi Medium, and I'm going to make sure these are adhered down. I made sure that with the acetate, that was set with wet glue because I wanted the flexible time to kind of like the wiggle room time, just in case I didn't get that straight. And making sure the panels fit nice and securely down to sandwich that acetate down. What I do offline and off camera is, because I was really experimenting with ink colors, I do stamp the Celebrate with Cake stamp set off to the side, and I just didn't know what I was going to do for colors. Again, I was kind of winging it. I ended up, this is my first go, and I'm like, okay, now I probably should have videoed that. So I do excuse that I didn't do that part as part of the video, but I'm going to show you the different colors of Catherine Puller inks that I used. So I used some yellows, which are Catching Rays, which starts from the bottom. Then I've got the Tiki Taut, Shea Butter. Sparkling Berry, It's a Girl, Meant to Be, then In the Park. Then I use the Mardi Gras, It's a Boy, Dress Blue, and Daydream. And I just kind of layered that along. I did use my Misty. The reason why I used my Misty is because of the solid stamps in this stamp set. I think I only, because look, to be honest, these Catherine Puller inks are really saturated. This is why I love using those inks. I usually get a pretty good result in the first time, but I just wanted to have the Misty there as a security if I wanted to restamp the base solid images. So that's the only reason why I used my Misty, but you got a high chance with good quality inks like the Catherine Puller inks. I'm going to place the actual cake, the tiered cake, on the center there. But what I do here is where I bring in the Celebration Sentiment hot foil, and that coordinates with the thin strips cover die. Now I made a whole heap, as you quickly saw, with gold foil and teal foil, and I just kind of have them ready, packed on the back of that sentiment strips, ready for multiple cards. For the top layer of the card, I'm going to use the teal foil, Make a Wish, and on the inside I'm going to use the gold foil from All of Us. So that way this card's going to be from my family, and I tend to give a lot of birthday cards out, and so it's nice to have something that says from All of Us. I usually write that part on the inside, so it was actually nice that I didn't have to write that. Now the thing is, I wanted to add another bit of extra texture to that front pink flap. So what I've done is I'm just securing the Dazzling Fireworks cover die. Now because this actually cuts around the edges, I'm just going to make sure I line this up. When I feed it through the actual big shot, I'm going to use this top layer and make sure I just fall the crease just before the cutting part, the top, very top part, because I do not want to run this through and cut the top of it. So I make sure that the crease pad does not go over the cutting component of that cover die. I do not want to cut it. I just want to add these really cool texture which flows from right at the top onto the panels and right to the back as well. And then once I'm happy with that, I secure everything down. I'm going to add a little bit of a three-dimensional look. So I'm going to make sure I use my foam squares, an awful lot of them, behind the cake. I also use a thin strip of the foam adhesive behind the Make a Wish as well to secure it down. To finish this card off, what I have done is I've actually gone into my sequin hoard vault. Yes, I have one of those. No, I basically have all these containers of sequins. My best friend, Brittany, used to sell in Australia all these sequins. And so I used to buy a heap from her. Plus she used to always stock me up. So I've still got this cute little pink set. It's so cute, this set. But she no longer has a store, but I still have kept all her sequins. And when I cracked open that hoard vault, let me tell you, I think I'm going to come into shaker season again because I didn't realize how much sequins I still have in my hoard vault. But let's just keep that under wraps. All right, so I would adhere all these down with my liquid adhesive, place my card cake over the top, and that finishes today's card creation. Now, please leave a comment. This is a hop. So what that means is that there are prizes, and there's several prizes that the Syberia design team and company have really just gotten on board. So visit everyone. They have made the most amazing inspiration. I was privy enough to see a couple of the cards that everyone was making, and oh my God, you are just gonna be mind blown with the inspiration everyone's made. I love the inspiration everyone's made, and I hope you feel inspired by today's card. It's a different type of design. Nothing that, not something I've usually done, but like to keep it interesting. All right, don't forget to leave a comment. All the supplies and description will be in the description below, and thank you for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.